It's a comedy. It's about a mum who's trying to arrange the marriages of her two sons, but he's that falls in love with a white girl, so that upsets the plan.
It's really interesting playing a character who's got a particularly overbearing mother who tries to impose her traditional views and culture on someone who's growing up or has grown up in Australia. The character that I play, Ashwin, is Indian in heritage, but he's born in Australia and he's just grown up in Australia, which almost closely parallels my own personal life. And then I was born in New Zealand, but grew up in Australia. And so it's that marrying those two worlds of what you're growing up with at home, which is a completely different culture to what you're seeing at school and outside in your day-to-day personal life. And there's a lot of humor in that.
The changes that we've been working on, I guess the ones that really stood out is really fine-tuning, getting a sense of who these characters are, what their ultimate desires are, what are the things that they set out to say that they want, and identifying those wants and needs and all of the obstacles that get in the way as well. So it's been a really great exercise to fine-tune those aspects of the story.
We did a big change in the ending of the stories, because normally in an Indian family, the parents always get their way. But we're working towards like this modern way now, where we come to an understanding that we all have our own identities, and for the parents to accept it even for idiot.
Another harebrained scheme to give me a nervous breakdown.
Hang on, how did we give you a nervous breakdown?
By putting me in a Sally gown.
Sorry!
But what I love about it the most is that it tells true stories about our culture and our people that is not only dramatic but also really funny. It leans into the absurdity and how bizarre some of the aspects of our cultures are, and I think it's going to be great for audiences to see that.
I really love this idea of having a lot of fun with who we are and our culture. Sometimes we work on things that are very serious, very dramatic, and we often lean a little too hard onto trauma when it comes to those of us that are from migrant backgrounds or, from marginalized communities that are often not depicted on our stages.
How big is your carrot? Your carrot, how big is it? Yo, get your mind off the gutter.
I think it's important to tell this kind of story centered around South Asians and a sort of a Bollywood drama on stage, because it's not really being done. We're slowly starting to see a growth in this particular industry. I always wondered why Bollywood musicals weren't being put on stage, because they have the drama, they've got the singing and the dancing, they've got all the absurd, bizarre, hilarious moments. And I think it's also a nice little window into our culture as well, or our cultures.
We wanted to also make sure we could deliver a showing and a showcase that sort of hinted at the elements of how this work might be staged. We wanted to create some movement and some colour, a little bit of costume change, a little bit of theatrics. And so that's been challenging, but it's also been rewarding to make that happen.